TMC Humba from Scrambled Eggs. Ato ang takna karon. 54 minutos ang milibay sa alas 9. Welcome to Top of the Morning. I'm your host. My name is Jiggy Juice. Kamusta man mo diya kung namo yung mga comments, suggestions, and requests and whatnots, maski unsa anything under the sun, even over the sun. 0999-887-6070. You can also join us, okay, on YouTube at Tops Media Center. Okay? And what happened to that? Everything okay, Magic?
Oh, it is.
Okay, and also you can message us there as well, Tops Media Center. And 0999-887-6070. We have a special guest here, live in the studios of 105.1 TMC. We have Aiden Du. Good morning, Aiden.
Good morning.
Once again, Mayang Buntag. You know, I'm really curious about the Cebuano Filipino diaspora and how we are doing outside of our homeland. And you, of course, was born and raised in Australia, but
Yes.
your dad came from these beautiful islands of the Philippines, in Cebu, one particular island, right? So, what is your? I'm curious, Balek. What is your connection with your dad's hometown?
Well, my only connection really is like the stories that he would tell me. He would always like telling me the stories of his past.
Okay,
And, like,
tell me about one of the stories that your dad was not part of the war, right? World War II.
No.
Not that kind of story, right?
no, wrong story.
Because I remember my granddad would talk about the war. Your dad's not that old, right?
No.
Okay.
It's more about like soccer.
Oh, okay,
It's
all
a
right.
soccer
Sige,
days,
sige. Unsa man iyang istorya? What kind of stories does your dad tell you? Go ahead.
Well, he'd tell me mostly about like his college days.
Okay.
And like how he'd used to play soccer.
Okay.
And his most popular stories that he would like to tell me and the family
His biggest hits, one of his greatest hits.
would be his ghost stories.
His ghost stories.
Ah.
Oh my God! What are his ghost stories? Tell me about those ghost stories. That is really creepy.
Yeah. Just like ghost stories that like
Give me an example. Come on. I'll give you the right background music. Go ahead. Come on, go ahead. What is your ghost story? Tell me. Come on, man.
One time we were staying in Oroqueta. We were
Oroqueta.
visiting some family
Okay.
there.
And then?
And one time my dad, because we're all like sleeping in this one bedroom.
Okay.
My dad wakes up
Okay.
and notices someone outside,
Okay.
and they're walking towards the balcony.
Okay.
So he goes outside and tells him, "Hey, what are you doing out this late?" 'Cause
Who?
It's this person that's like they're doing the laundry. I
Oh,
think.
this person in the middle of the night doing the laundry.
Oh.
Oh my goodness! And then?
And then in the morning, he would ask my lolo like, "Oh, why is there's someone doing the laundry out in midnight? Why are they doing laundry?" And lolo would say, "Oh, I never told anyone to do laundry." And then yeah, there's more stories. There's better stories than that one.
Okay.
But that's the one I fondly remember.
Okay, so who was that? Was there like somebody who died
No
who used to
one
be a
knows.
labandera or what?
Well, apparently there's like history of like ghosts and spirits in the house. The house is
Haunted.
haunted.
Really?
Oh.
Okay. So do you have ghost stories also in Australia?
Well, not me personally,
But you'd also still hear ghost stories, right?
yeah, from my dad. Yeah.
Oh, still from your dad.
Yeah.
Why is your dad so fond of ghost stories? Why is that? Do you have any idea? Because ghost stories are actually one of the ways in which we try to control our children. Because that's what my parents used to do, and that's what my grandparents used to do. And there's some ghost there. You can't get out at night. That's actually their passive aggressive way of telling you, "Ayo paglaglaag diha. Don't go anywhere because they're ghosts, right?" But in reality, they just want you to stay at home.
Yeah.
Do you get that? Do you know that do you feel that's is he trying to scare you still? How old are you, by the way, Aiden?
I'm 15,
Are you
turning
still
16.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still scared of ghosts?
Nah.
Okay.
I've grown numb to it at
Okay.
this point.
All right. Really? So have you actually seen ghosts?
No, not myself. No.
In Australia, do ghosts have like a kind of accent? No.
Uh,
No.
nah.
No.
No.
So do you have any Bisaya or Filipino classmates in your school, or are they
I
all
have,
like all from Australia?
There's one.
Okay.
There's like some friends I know they're like from the Philippines.
Okay.
And yeah, that's how we got to bond. 'Cause
Okay.
it's kind of the thing. It's kind of the thing where like if like, oh, Filipino,
Okay.
and so like instantly become friends because
Okay.
like there's no other Filipinos, so you kind of have to like stick together.
Okay.
You know, that's kind of like the mentality there.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, once man, like, what do you guys bond about? Like, what are the things that you talk about aside from from the color of your skin, right? And the way you look, because there's us Filipinos have every nationality has a distinct feature and all of that stuff. But unsa man, what kind of things do you guys bond over? Like give me an example of a topic that you guys would easily talk about.
we'd bond over like our culture. We'll talk about our parents. Like, oh, we both came from the same place.
Okay.
Like, we're closer than we're closer than you think you are.
Okay.
And we also like talking about like the music, of course.
Okay.
Like especially in Australia, because with my Filipino friends, we all love OPM.
Okay.
So it's nice getting to bond with someone about like a topic that we both love.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys talk about music.
Yeah, music a lot.
And how about our culture? Do you guys talk about anything in particular about our culture that you can remember?
Like
Like, for example, during the holidays, for example, during Christmas or during the Holy Week, for example,
yes.
there we have practices, right, in our country, in the Philippines, that probably are unique or not available or are not being practiced, I should say, in Australia,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, right.
Do you guys talk about that? Like, for example, in Cebu, we eat benignit during Holy Week. Do you know what a benignit is?
No,
You know what a halo-halo is?
Yes.
It's like a hot halo-halo. That's
I
what it
see.
is. So
Yeah.
we that's the only time. That's the only food that can only be served, and a deity has to die. Christ has to die before we can eat that. It's partly a joke, but partly true too.
Right.
So yeah, do you have any conversation like that?
Well, not really, to be honest.
No cultural stories,
Not
swapping of cultural experiences.
Nah.
Okay, so how about in Australia? Like, what are the practices that you have? Have you ever spent any let's just say celebration in Australia that it's also celebrated worldwide, also in the Philippines? Let's just say the Holy Week. Do you have any Holy Week practices?
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys
because-
do in Australia?
Well, because I do go to a Catholic school.
Okay.
And so like we do like practice like Holy Week, and there's like a I know that they recently just did like in my school they did like a reenactment
Okay.
of the Stations of the Cross.
Okay.
And just like talking about Holy Week, there's a whole mass and everything.
Okay.
And yeah, it's kind of similar to like Philippines, but you know, it's all kind of the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about do you like also skip meat on Fridays? Do you also do like we have a thing called Visita Iglesia, right? I don't know if you're familiar with that
No.
practice. What we do is we visit like 7 different churches representing the 7 last words of Christ before he died. Do you do that?
Not in Australia, no.
Okay.
I do know. I'm pretty sure we did it one time in Oroqueta
Okay.
when I was visiting. Yeah. So yeah, I got to experience it at least.
Okay.
So yeah.
You know, we have our friends who are watching us on TikTok. So say hi to our friends in TikTok at Tops
Hello.
Media Center.
Hello everyone. Hello.
This is Aiden Du. He's an Australian based artist who's actually got roots here in Cebu. His dad is actually right behind me.
Yes.
That's why my questions are not as sharp as it should, because I'm scared of your dad. I'm just kidding. And I'm not scared. And also, we're on YouTube as well at Tops Media Center. So if you have a question for Aiden Du over here, ask him about how it is to be an Australian, a Filipino, I should say, in Australia, and how he still remains connected to our culture here in Cebu. From what I gathered from your dad, you're always actually here at least once a year
Yes.
in the Philippines, right?
Right.
So you've been around this thing called life for 15 years. So more or less, you've probably been here in the Philippines at least 15 times, or more or less, right? Give and take, give or take. So
Yeah.
my question is, when you come down here, what are the distinct changes that you notice, or the distinct differences, I should say, that you notice immediately compared to your life in Australia, in Sydney, Australia? Go ahead.
Well, the main difference I would say definitely the people.
Okay.
Like the community, it's very like everyone's like really like nice, and compared to like Australia, uh everyone's a bit rude, you could say. But yeah, like the people, like the tradition, like just like the overall like vibe of the place, you could say.
Okay.
Oh, it's a lot, I would say, livelier than Australia, or at least like where we are, at least where I live.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And yeah.
How about when you eat the food? I mean, like, does your dad or mom or whoever's in charge of that uh, make you Pinoy, Cebuano, Manila, or Luzon food, or
Yes,
do you eat
absolutely.
like Australian food?
I prefer Filipino food.
Do you have like a favorite Filipino food?
Uh, mm,
Anything in particular?
lechon.
Lechon.
Oh,
Lechon, really? So your dad makes lechon
yeah,
in Australia?
yeah.
Like, how does he do it? Like, does he make those baby lechons, or does he
No, he makes like
like those big ass lechons?
yes,
So you're allowed to do that,
yeah,
like, because I think the societies are different because in the States you can't like have an open pit of fire and then
really. Oh,
because it's like it's a fire hazard and all of
Yeah,
that. So
of
I guess Australia is different, right? Because when I look at Australia, when I see Australia, I imagine like the Great Outback, like the I don't know if you remember that movie, Crocodile Dundee, the crocodiles and all of that stuff,
Yeah.
right? So that's what I imagine. Do you have that kind of life? Is it true that you could see like a kangaroo jumping up and down your yard, or like a bear just crossing the street? Are those
Bear.
true stories, or are they just in the movies?
well, for some places, yes.
Okay.
But like, probably like where I live,
Okay.
not as much.
Okay.
But like in the outback, like in nature, you're gonna see some wild things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what's the wildest thing you've ever come so close to, like even maybe touching?
Um, Probably like on the top of my head, like seeing some kangaroos.
Kangaroos.
Yeah.
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 So they're just everywhere.
Yeah. I wouldn't say everywhere, but yeah.
Like the way you would see dogs here in Cebu, like in the streets.
Well, they're not that common, no.
Okay.
Like you won't see them like running around in like the city or something.
Okay, all right.
But like if it's like outback
Okay,
or like grass fields, you'll probably see them.
a
Yeah.
few of them, right?
Oh,
So they're like in the wild.
yes.
So they're not there deliberately. I mean, it's not like in a zoo setting, right? It's just in the wild.
Well, no, sometimes you can see
You know,
kangaroos.
one
in
of the
zoo,
things
yeah.
that I also heard about Australia is that it's a pretty. There's so many animals there, and so many
Yes.
like spiders and snakes.
Yes.
And this is just the stories that I hear because I've never been to. I mean to go to Australia soon, but it's also pretty dangerous that you could get bitten by a snake or a black widow, and you could really also actually die. Is that true?
Yeah.
Huh?
A lot of the animals in Australia are venomous.
Okay.
And like I'm pretty sure like the problem got so bad that in my primary school there would actually be like lockdown drills,
Okay.
like just in case if like a venomous snake were to enter the school,
Okay.
because apparently that happens. So
Oh. Okay.
yeah.
So you were trained to get ready in case a venomous snake would enter the classroom.
yeah, it was just kind of
So what are the preparations?
it's kind of just like a school lockdown. It's just a normal school lockdown,
Okay.
but like yeah, just for wild animals. Just
So
in case.
have you ever experienced being bitten, or have you ever been to a place like in your school, for example, or at home or in the office or wherever, that you actually saw somebody gotten bitten by a snake or a black widow spider?
Not personally. Like I've seen like the animals up close, but I've never seen like people getting bitten
Okay.
because everyone's so careful. Everyone's like they know the cautions.
Okay.
Oh
So they know that these things are just out there, right?
yeah.
And how about you? Have you had any experience actual experience in the great outback? Like, have you ever went camping? Are you the outdoorsy kind of guy or no?
Not really, no.
You'd rather stay at home.
I usually just stay at home,
Okay.
play my guitar and just
Playing
like
your
make music.
making music.
Yeah.
You made one song that really piqued my curiosity. This song called "Manila Girl," right?
Yes.
Who's this Manila Girl? Is this an actual person? Forget about dad. Is she like somebody that you know? Is she like your girlfriend? Is she
Oh.
like a figment of your imagination? Who is this Manila Girl?
Well, yeah, the song, or like she was inspired by my girlfriend, yeah.
Okay, from Manila.
Well, she's not actually from Manila.
Okay.
She's
From where?
born in Singapore. So,
Okay, but what's her parents are from Manila?
you could say that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just chose Manila because Manila is like it rolls off the tongue, you know? Manila girl.
Okay.
You know? Oh.
All right. So she's not really from Manila. She's probably but her parents are from Manila. Okay, but it wouldn't sound nice if you said Singapore girl, right?
Yeah.
Well, it actually it wouldn't sound okay too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about the song because I'm about to play it. Can you set it up? Like, when did you write this? Was this during the pandemic? This is post, pre, or whatnot? Go ahead.
Well, this was post pandemic
Okay.
when everything like went down, and I like there's a lot of talk about like long distance relationships and like, oh, it's so hard to like manage a long distance relationship, and
Okay.
like I wanted to write a song about like that feeling of being in a long distance relationship, like someone you love that's far away but you still love them because still got that feeling,
Yeah. Why would it be difficult for a long distance relationship?
Well, obviously you can't see each other all the time. Like the only way you'll be able to talk to each other would be like through phone.
Which you can see each other.
Yeah, you can see each other, but like you can't be like physically there with them. You
Okay.
can't like go out on like dates really
Okay.
because you're both living your own lives.
You can go on a digital date. Like you can go somewhere together, bring your phone, she'll bring her phone, and you go to like the same restaurant, maybe a Jollibee perhaps, right? She'll go in a Jollibee in Singapore, and you'll go in a Jollibee in.
There's no Jollibee in Australia.
What?
No.
What?
There were
What monstrosity is that, man? Why is
I
there no
know.
Jollibee in Australia? Why not?
I mean, there were talks. There were like rumors. There were rumors in the wind that
Okay.
there was supposed to be one like built, but it never happened.
Okay.
So
but you have tried you've eaten in a Jollibee somewhere, right?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
So, what is it that you like about Jollibee that you can't find in any other fast food chain, even in Australia?
The chicken.
The chicken.
Just gotta say.
What about the my? Is it the my joy? What is it? What do
Chicken Joy.
Chicken joy. Okay. How's that?
It's like compared to like anything else,
Nah, okay.
you just can't be beat.
Really now?
Yeah, it can't
Okay.
be beat. Yeah.
And then do you also get like unlimited? What do you call that? Gravy.
Yeah.
Do you like the gravy?
Yeah, the gravy is good. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know a lot of my friends here in Cebu, like they just pour all the gravy in the rice, man.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
they-
no, I do that.
Yeah, so they just buy like a minuscule little chicken, but they have like a mound of rice,
Gravy,
and then
yeah.
like like a just oozing with gravy. Anyway, we digress. So this next song is called Manila Girl, and you wrote this for somebody who actually is in Australia, but this is about a long distance relationship,
Kinda. Yeah.
kind of. Manila Girl, Aiden Do on 105.1 TMC.
Hey, hon, I really miss you.
So what are you gonna play? Manila Girl. Oh, Manila Girl. You played it here already. Oh, if wait, but yeah, if we're playing Manila Girl here, do I play the same song acoustic or should I play another song?
Another song na lang.
Oh, something. I was saying something.
So I won't play something lang. I'll play the other song, the summer song, and then as a last thing, we can do something. Maybe you can join him there, sir. We'll talk about the. Oh, he can talk about the rock rockan.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Ah.
I turned it off so that we don't get flagged.
Oh yeah,
Because sometimes like YouTube like it's so strict that
copyright.
yeah, like copyright. I understand. So
Mm.
so they can hear it
Mm.
on the radio, but they can't. So
Yeah,
our friends on TikTok, hi guys, you can still continue talking to them. Now may mga pangutana, do you have any questions for this guy here?
Mm.
Thank you, Luna, for joining us on TikTok. Do you have a TikTok, Aiden?
Ah, I do have an account. I
Mm.
just haven't like posted anything
Okay.
yet, but I'm planning to.
Okay.
Uh,
Say hi to your friends on TikTok. They can see you.
hello everyone.
This is their TikTok.
Oh, hi. Oh,
No,
Oh,
the camera's there. But
Oh, sorry.
So these are the cameras there, those small.
Yeah.
Luna is here. Hi, Luna.
Hi, Luna.
So I'll probably ask you about how we love you, Aiden, according to Koesh. And Haru, Aiden, would you rather live in the Philippines or Australia? That's a good question.
Would I rather live in the Philippines or Australia? Ooh, okay, that's a good
I'll probably
question.
ask you about how you're using social media. Not just to make music or to express your music, but also how you're using social media in general. This, Cebu, the Philippines is one of the top users of Facebook, right? In
Really?
the world, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
We're not proud of that, but yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
It's number one. Number one's number one. Yeah.
This is a different animal too, man. TikTok.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's going crazy.
Yeah.
It's very popular in like Australia.
Bobo Speedrun, hi. Thank you for listening and watching.
Hello, welcome.
This is Aiden Do. I am Jiggy Juice, and you're listening to Top of the Morning. We have a show called Top of the Morning, and what we do is we feature local artists, and Aiden Do here is by affinity is local because his dad is from Cebu, but he's actually born and raised in Australia, but born and raised in a Filipino Cebuano. Okay, family. 105.1 TMC. That one is Aiden Do and Manila Girl. I'm curious, Aiden. Like, social media
Yeah.
is one of the most exciting things that has ever happened to musicians and artists
Right.
because it has given them an opportunity to spread their music, their art, their craft to the world, right?
Right.
And we have so many examples of artists who started on YouTube, on social media, and have made it big. In a case, one of the biggest examples of it is, of course, Justin Bieber, right?
Right. Yeah.
Who was just a little boy playing with his guitar, and he was just discovered while he was doing that and became this worldwide sensation. So how about Aiden Do? How is Aiden Do utilizing social media to promote his music? Go ahead.
Well, mainly I have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Aiden Do, just the YouTube channel.
Okay.
And I mainly just post covers, and I try to. I'm just trying to like make a name for myself, just like making covers, since that'll grab people's attention.
Okay.
I do have an Instagram account as well where I just like post like behind the scenes
Okay.
stuff and just
So you do cover songs.
yes.
Like, how do you choose your cover songs? Do you think about what would people like, or are you the type of artist that don't care? You don't care about what other people think. You just do what you want to do.
For me, it's kind of like half and half because
Okay.
like sometimes I'll just like sing the songs that are trending, but other times it's like, you know what, like screw it, I just want to sing what I want to sing.
Okay.
Because there was a part where I was like when I started I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna do one cover each day. I want like maximum effort, and we're gonna do like so much. And then by like the 10th song or so, I think I got so burned out, and like that mentality of like I gotta do a song. It turned from like me singing as a passion to just like it just turned into a chore, honestly.
Okay.
So I stopped doing that. Like I posted less, mainly just to, like focus on like real life. Cause like I have to balance like social media and like music with my education.
Of
'Cause
course,
I'm
yeah.
still studying.
Yeah.
So,
So when you say trending, how do you decide what is trending? Because trending can mean many things, right? So
Right.
how do you know that something is trending? What does that mean to you?
well, like it's usually like the song that I hear like my friends talking about, or what I do is I go into Spotify
Okay.
and they're like, you know how there's like playlists for like
Okay.
the top 50 songs in like
Okay.
Australia or top 50 songs in Philippines.
Okay.
I just like pull a song from there, or I just like see what everyone's singing, or like I Google like song covers and I
Okay.
see what comes up first and see what's doing well.
Okay. So
And
what are the most memorable cover songs that you've ever made?
well, the most memorable one.
We can make a word, memorable.
Memorable.
What's a memorable? It is a memorable is a person that doesn't remember a lot of things. A memorable, or it's just forgetful, right?
Yeah.
There's already a word for it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, my most, I think there was a one where I did Mr. Brightside.
Oh, the Killers.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Killers. I did Mr. Brightside, but like I did it in like acoustic version where it's like only the chords, and I try to make it like a sad song.
Okay.
And then another one, which is my most popular cover, but is also like my most favorite, is "Die with a Smile"
Okay.
by Bruno Mars.
Okay.
Because that actually was like my first cover that I did, where instead of just acoustic guitar, I actually tried like kind of replicating like all the instruments. Like I recorded the guitar, I recorded piano, I recorded like strings, and like I did this whole background and then like singing. And I honestly like that was such like it was such a fun time making it, because I was learning new technology. I was like learning how to record everything. It was so fun, and that's why that's like one of my most memorable covers that I've ever done.
The "Die with a Smile" song,
Yes.
originally done by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars.
Okay, and then was there like a duet also, or was it just you?
Just me. It was just
Okay,
me.
and the Killers. How many views did these two videos get?
Last time I checked, Die with a Smile had like 600 views.
Okay.
I'm still small.
Okay.
I haven't really reached like 1,000 views on anything.
Okay. So you're just starting out. Does that what is that like? Do you feel frustrated sometimes? Do you feel like
No.
it's like a because there's a way to do things, especially on social media, that you have to kind of understand, right?
Right.
I mean, you have to understand what people want, what you want, and how the algorithm works and all of that stuff. And it's difficult in the beginning to get and read the algorithm and read the public, right?
Yeah.
So is there like a kind of a frustration that what you're doing is not getting any traction? Do you feel frustrated, even just a little bit?
Well, I wouldn't say that much, because like yeah, it's sometimes like frustrating, like, oh, I didn't reach 1,000 views. But then again, I look back on the videos and I see the people that I do reach out to.
Okay.
Like I read the comments, and like they're all like so supportive. They're like keep up the good work. And just like even though it's such a small like viewer count, just those people alone can like make my day, and just like inspires me to
Okay.
keep going.
Okay, so speaking of making your day, like, why do you make music in the first place, Aiden? Do
Well, I would say music has been a part of my life ever since I was like a baby.
okay,
Like, I've been like, I just like love music in general, and like I learned how to songwrite through like school, and I thought like, this is so fun.
what
This
do you
is-
mean? School? Was there like a songwriting subject
was-
in school?
There was, how do I say? There was like this program. I forgot the name. I think it was like Spliced or something.
Okay,
And I remember this was during COVID,
Mhm.
and a teacher called me up, and the teacher said like, "Oh hey, Christian, you know what you should do?" Because she knows that like I'm good with like music. She said like, "You know what you should do? You should write a song for this like project." And like, oh, I never thought of that before because I've never done songwriting before. At the time I only knew piano, and I wasn't that good at it. I could like only do the chords.
Okay.
So I followed my teacher. I tried writing my first song, and it was like just like 4 chords on the C scale because I learned from like my piano teacher. And
So there is an actual program in school at an early age.
holds barred. You could write a story. You could like
So
write a book.
did they teach you how to write?
No, I just like figured it out myself.
Okay.
It was like
Because
just-
songwriting, although you can just figure it out yourself, there is a kind of method to it, right? I mean, like there's already like an entire course for songwriting, right? And there's a way. It's not the only way, but there are like what we call best practices, right?
best practices.
So you never really went into that kind of a program.
No.
Okay. So you learned how to write
Just do it.
songs by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I personally, I don't really believe in the method. I kind of just like mess around and find out.
Okay.
Like just like I'll be playing a guitar. Oh, that sounds nice. And then like play a chord. Oh, that sounds really good. And then just like slowly but surely making a song. Like there isn't really for me at least. I don't know about anyone else, but like for me at least, there isn't really a method. It's just go like experiment, see what happens, and like
Yeah, but you know this anything that's been around for a long time, like
Yeah.
music, there are already best practices, right? There's already
Right.
ways and means in which you can have a higher probability of achieving what you want to happen, right?
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there, like anything in life, if there's already many people who've done something, and sooner or later somebody will make a book out of it. Somebody
Yeah.
will make the manual out of it. You know, and somebody will teach that particular subject. So
Right.
songwriting definitely has already been around forever. So that means that there's already like obviously there's schools for it, right?
Yeah.
And you can learn methods and I guess that's the best way to navigate through anything, to learn how to do it from an academic point of view and to know the rules and then know how to break them.
Yeah.
Because you can't be breaking around rules that you don't know, right? For all you know, the rules that you think you broke were actually just rules. You know what I mean? So it's nice to know what the rules are so that you can break it if you want to,
Of course.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's an important input that when you do something, especially when it comes to your craft, your music, I think it's important to learn it from those that have already done it a long time ago,
Right.
and then maybe then you know what to break, right? As one of my favorite lyrics of a song would go, "You break them all because you are the best." You break them all because you are the best. That means that you already know all the rules, and you know what to break. Because sometimes breaking a rule, especially when it comes to art, actually you stand out. That's how you stand out, because these are rules. You're not supposed to do that, and then you do it, and then you stand out. And that's what music making, I think, is also about. It's also about standing out, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Do you make music also to stand out, to make something that people want to listen to?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I like the reason why I really write my music is just like get my feelings out there and then just kind of like write something.
Okay, we have a question here from YouTube.
Oh,
From Haru. Mayong bungkag sa atong mga kaigsuunan nga naminaw sa YouTube o sa TikTok o sa Radio 105.1 TMC. Our text number is 0999-887-6070. You're listening to Top of the Morning. I'm your host. My name is Jiggy Juice. And my partner, my guest here this morning is Aiden Du. He's an Australian-based Cebuano by affinity artist, Aiden Du. And he has a few songs. We just played one earlier, Manila Girl. His question from Haru is, would you rather live in the Philippines or Australia? Go ahead.
oh, wait, that's actually kind of good. That was a good question.
Okay.
Like, I would say like currently I would live in Australia.
Okay.
But like there's pros and cons to both like Philippines and Australia. But currently, I would just like continue to live in Australia because like, it's I'm kind of comfortable with, like,
Already, right?
Yeah, comfortable already.
I guess the question is, well, you really can't undo whatever's been done to you. Like you can't undo that you already lived in Australia.
Right.
I guess if I had to take this question even further, is that if you had a choice to be born again,
Yeah.
knowing
Oh, yeah,
knowing
yeah.
what you know now about the land down under and the Philippines, would you want to live here in the Philippines or would you want to live in Australia? Maybe that's another way of asking the question, right?
Right. Oh yeah, right.
Okay.
I I'd probably still say
Okay.
Australia
Okay.
because I just like the place there, it's very like nice. Like Philippines is also really nice as
Okay,
well. Just
okay.
like another thing to note would probably be the seasons.
Okay.
Because in Philippines it's always like it's very very hot
Okay.
or it's very very rainy.
Okay.
At least with like it's Australia, like you got like summer, autumn, winter,
Okay.
spring, and like as well as that
How long are your summers in Australia?
3 months.
3 months.
We got like December, January.
You're talking about
February.
Sydney, Australia, right? That's where
Yeah,
you live. So
yeah, Sydney,
How about
yes.
your winters? Do they get really really bad, or are their winters just
It's all right. It gets chilly. It's not like to the point where it's snowing.
okay?
We don't actually get a lot of snow
Wow,
where I
okay,
am.
all right.
Which if you want to get snow, you have to go to like the Blue Mountains or like Snowy Mountains.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow. So right about this time, this month, what's the season there in
It's-
Australia?
it's should be autumn.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Koesh, according to Koesh, we love you, Aiden. You have a lot of fans here, Aiden. Wow, you go.
Thank you guys.
Arlene Ubay is watching us on TikTok. Good day, Arlene, Bobo Speedrun, Denise, and the rest of the guys. Thank you so much for watching us on TikTok. And you can do the same. You can join Aiden Du and myself, Jiggy Juice, on TikTok and join us in our conversation. We're just having a conversation here about what it is to be a Cebuano, a Filipino living in Australia. And I noticed the first thing that I noticed when you got here is that you don't have an Australian accent, right?
Ah,
You've been
yeah.
living in Australia for 15 strong years, and you never got the accent. Why is that?
Well, I was born like an only child in a Filipino household.
Okay.
So like I kind of got the American accent from like TV, learning English from like TV shows and like movies, as well as like my parents as well.
Okay.
But I never really got the Australian accent. Really, I don't know why.
Because your teacher, I imagine, is probably mostly Australian,
Yeah.
and your classmates are probably majority Australian, right?
Yeah, actually, that's actually like one thing because I do sometimes I do get actually like picked on in school for
Okay.
having an American accent.
Okay.
I was in like class one time and some kid and like we were talking about like we were watching a video and it was like a burger
Okay.
and I said, "Oh, it's a burger. I'm so hungry for a burger."
Okay.
And these two girls in front of me were like laughing at me like, burger." And then and then they were just making fun of me, which
Okay.
it kind of sucked, but it was also kind of funny at the same
Okay.
time.
Why are they making fun of you?
Because it's an American accent. They're not used to it. Like if you were to
How
go
do you say
there,
how do you say burger
like-
in Australian accent?
burger, like,
Burger.
burger,
Okay.
like yeah, like burger.
And speaking of burgers, like are you one of those that love to eat rice?
Yes,
Are you
yes,
a rice person?
yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. So because of your household exposure to local stuff, not just by the way you speak, also by the way you eat, right? So do people find it strange, especially if you go like on recess or maybe lunch break, that are you also eating rice or are you eating what everybody's eating usually?
Well, at school, I usually just eat what the canteen gives us.
Okay. Is there any rice in the canteen?
I know there's like one, but I don't.
What do you mean, like one granule of rice? What do you mean? What do you mean?
No, there's like one dish. I forgot the name.
With rice.
With rice.
like a rice rice topping
Yeah.
or steamed rice or whatnot.
I know it was something with like steamed rice and chicken, but
Okay.
I tried it once and it made me sick for like a whole day. So
Why is that?
I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it that day, I guess.
Okay.
But I usually what we would eat would be like they sell like one slice of pizza in the canteen. They have like chicken fingers. They got burgers, salads. Nothing really like
You know, your dad
rice.
mentioned that he was organizing or still is actually doing a rakan.
Oh yeah.
What do you call that event again?
It's a rakan for every Juan.
A event called rakan for every Juan,
Juan.
which has been going on for how many years now?
I'd say like
Two, 3 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about what is rakan for every Juan about, and why you started it in the first place. Go ahead.
Well, it's you could say it's like a concert with like alt rock from like different small local bands around the area. A lot of them are Philo, and it's kind of just like this.
What do you mean Philo?
They're just like the local bands are like
Philo is Filipino, you mean?
yeah Filipino.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought Philo, because Philo to me is like philosophy or whatever.
Ah.
So Filipino. Okay.
Yeah, Filipino.
Go ahead.
A lot of the bands in like Rakakan are Filipino, like local bands, and you just give them like this one night where they all have like different sets for like what last time was like 7 bands or so. It's very fun. It's very like it's a nice atmosphere because like you get to meet up with people with like similar interests, and overall like the vibe is just very very nice, very welcoming, you could say.
So you mentioned that this is a concert
Yes.
featuring local Filipino artists from the area in Sydney.
Yeah.
Is there like a community? Is there like a music scene in Australia that are Filipinos? Like, is there like a Filipino music scene in Australia?
You could say that actually, yeah. There's a lot of other than Rock Rakan, there's a lot of like indie Filipino artists. I'm friends with like some indie Filipino artists, and then like there are also like some like Grant Perez.
No, I'm not familiar. But anyway,
Really?
who is Grant Perez?
Grant Perez, he's
Okay.
like he's a Philo Aussie artist
Okay.
as well. Yeah, like
I'm curious. Why do you call Filipinos Filo?
Filipino. Oh, just
Is that just you, or is it like the way you call Filipinos?
it's just kind of like a short way of saying Filipino.
Yeah, okay.
as-
Anyway,
this
because
is my
usually
thing.
they call it Pinoy or
Pinoy.
Flip or Pinoy, but not Philo. I'm just curious about that. It's an Australian thing. It's just an Aiden thing.
Maybe not because it's not just me. There's a
Okay.
lot of other people who say just like Philo, but yeah.
Okay, so there is a music scene in Australia that features a lot of Filipinos, right? Because the
Yes.
Filipinos are very musically inclined, right?
Yeah,
You know
very.
that, and your dad mentioned that he once had a band here in Cebu, right? And actually knows or used to work with one of the band members of Cushé and all of that stuff. Cushé is like a famous band here in the Philippines. So how's that? Like when you describe to us the scene, like when you do a Rakrakan for every Juan concert, where is this happening? And do you see like all the Filipinos just gather in one place, or do you also see other nationalities, maybe Australians or maybe other countries who also enjoy the music of Rakrakan for every Juan?
Well, usually these events are hosted in like one specific place. Last time it was hosted at this one Filipino like restaurant called Bay Predos.
Okay.
Lechon Cebu. And then for the other question, like it's mostly Filipino, but you do get like every so often like other people coming in to see what's happening. And also because like they want to support the local bands and they want to just like give their support, listen to their music, and yeah.
Do they also sing like Bisaya or Tagalog songs
Yes.
during the Rakrakan for every Juan?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and these artists that you're talking about, are they also professional artists? Do they have recording contracts with local Australian recording companies, or what is that?
Well,
Are they just like you, like just independent artists?
I know some of them are indie, but it's I'm not sure. I'm not sure if some have gone professional. I think there are like some, but I haven't really
I'm curious how the Australian government support their local artists. Is there like a program? Do you have like actual support from the government from your city? Is there like a venue that they give you? Is there like I'm curious like what are the things that the city is doing? What is Sydney doing to support local artists like you?
well, sometimes there are like some events that they let musicians like play at, but there are also like some other people that run their own like events, just like Rakakan,
Mhm.
but uh they're not some. I think some of them aren't that government supported. Some they like to run their own events
Mhm.
because they want to provide that like support and that exposure for like smaller indie bands that can't really get that. So uh, yeah, that's all.
In case you're wondering what is happening, mga kaigalan, you're listening to Top of the Morning. I'm your host. My name is Jiggy Juice. And right across me is Aiden Du. He's a up and coming local artist. And one of the songs that well, Australian, but has roots here in Cebu. One of the songs that you made is actually about summer, right, Aiden?
Yeah, summer days. Yeah.
Tell me about this next song that I'm about to play. What summer day are you referring to? Are you referring to a summer day here in Cebu, which is super, super hot? It's blistering. Or are you talking about a summer day in Australia?
Well, it's about. It's kind of like about like the summer in Australia, like summer in the holidays. Because for us, our like long break is in the summer, so it's kind of talking about like that period.
When you say long break, how long is your summer break?
Well, like 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
So it usually happens at what month of the year?
I think it goes from like what December through to Jan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So it's like a Christmas break.
yeah, it's a Christmas break.
So not a summer break. But it's also summer in December in Australia?
Yeah, it's summer in December, January, and February.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting, right?
Mm.
I mean, isn't like supposedly Christmas is associated with snow
Yeah.
or cold weather, right? But it's
that-
actually summer in Australia.
Yeah.
Interesting, right?
Yeah, it's very interesting because like the Western culture, yeah, you'll notice like a lot of like snow
Yeah.
and whatnot, but in Australia, it's very different. Culture is
So-
very different.
Which is actually pretty good because nothing better than a bright and sunny Christmas day, right?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's play that song, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Aiden Do one more time. This one is called "Summer Days" on 105.1 TMC. Listen. This is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
This one's like no. This one's actually one of my most experimental because like like it's like the clap hits.
Mm.
I actually like experimented with like a different kind of hits. It was like clapping, hitting drumsticks.
Okay.
I bought a C2 bottle and I would like hit that up to the
C2
mic.
bottle.
Yeah, I would like
In
hit
Australia, C2 bottle.
Yeah, we would
Like,
like
is there C2 in Australia? That's weird.
no, cause like they're like local Filipino shops.
Ah, okay.
Yes, and then they like have like Filipino brands.
Okay.
So I remember like I bought a C2 and then I like
So this is the actual sound of a C2 in the song.
yeah, like if you hear like the claps, I don't know if you can hear it because it's very quiet,
Okay.
but you can hear. I liked hitting the C2 because it provided that punchy sound. And wait, it's here.
That's a C2.
You can't hear it, but yeah, it's there. It's not
very subtle, right?
yeah. It's like that punchy plastic sound.
Punchy.
I don't know,
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the C2.
yeah, it's my that's why
You could have chosen a different bottle, man, but it had to be C2. That's good.
yeah, it was the closest bottle around, man.
Okay, number is that?
Sige, guys, Australia, nagminaw siyang live sa YouTube.
That's good. Nasa TikTok nga, like yung TikTok. Weird yung TikTok eh. Boyzone! Hi, Boyzone! Thank you for watching us, guys. You should try TikTok, man. Like,
Yeah.
TikTok is very interesting for artists, especially.
Yeah, like I would try TikTok. It's
And
just,
then not even for the just not just for the pushing of your music, but you also especially if you make yourself known as an artist, like you can talk to other artists all over the world.
all right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then you can collaborate, like because they split screen it and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then you can like go compare notes.
Mm.
Of course, it's also scary sometimes. Like you see all weirdos as well.
Yeah. It's
Hi, Dilo Evangelista. What's going on, bro? Thanks. Do you have a question for Aiden? Do it for me. This is Top of the Morning. I'm your host. My name is Jiggy Juice. Right across me is Aiden Do.
hello. Is it playing outside?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Why?
No, because I was like, I could hear it, and like not through the headphone. I could hear it somewhere else. I'm like,
Yeah.
where's it playing?
It's in your head. Aiden Do and Summer Days. So Tell me about the C2 story. Come on, man. Go ahead.
Uh, so, in the song in Summer Days, when you can hear like the clapping in the clapping part, there I wanted to actually experiment, try to get like a really good like sound, other than just like clapping, because when it was just clapping, it sounded very, I would say, shallow. So what I did was I would layer that clapping with like snaps and drumstick like clicks, and then I realized like I had a C2 bottle like next to me, and I was like, you know what? Wait, let's hear how this sounds like. And I hit it with the drumstick, and it had like, I don't know how to say it. It had like a punchy sound to it,
Okay.
like a punch sound.
Like a C2 sound to it.
And then yeah.
Was it with content or was it empty?
I'm pretty sure it had content in it.
Like a little bit of content.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of liquid. Tea.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then so
How did you get a C2 bottle in the first place? Isn't C2 available only in the Philippines or at least in the region?
there are some like Filipino stores in Australia.
Okay.
There's like areas where you can find like Filipino stores where they sell like the brand of products.
Okay.
And that's where we usually go to.
What's
to
your
go
favorite
shopping.
local Filipino brand that you can buy in Australia
brand?
or product?
No, what's the name? There's like I forgot what it was called. What was like the chips? Chippy.
Chippy.
I forgot the name. It was like
Chippy.
a type of chips.
Chippy.
Yeah, chippy.
The it's like rectangular, right?
Oh.
Rectangular and sort of crooked rectangular junk food.
Oh yeah.
Pretty salty.
Mm.
So why do you like Chippy?
It's just like a really good snack to just like while I'm just like passing the time.
Rosemary Paglinaw is watching us. You know Rosemary Paglinaw?
That's my grandma.
Hi, Grandma. Where is she now?
Is she still in 3 yet? I think she's driving going to Bugo. Oh, she's going to Bugo.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for listening. You can listen to us, Grandma, at 105.1 TMC on the radio if you don't have access to internet. But obviously you have internet now. But in case you're in Bugo or wherever, I think we can still be heard over there in Bugo, as far away as Bugo. You can still hear the signal of 105.1 TMC simply because we're broadcasting from the highest point in Cebu City, 2,000 feet closer to heaven, here at Tops. Yeah, and our prayers can be answered here quicker and faster because we're closer.
Yes.
So if you want to pray, you pray here at Tops, right?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Top of the morning to all of us. Daghang salamat sa inyong pagpaminaw sa ato ang radio station 105.1 TMC. Also on TikTok at 105.1 TMC Tops Media Center, Boy Zone, Bob's Speed Run, and on YouTube Tops Media Center. We have Aiden Du live in the studios of 105.1 TMC. We are actually thinking of asking him to perform. And I noticed, Aiden, that you said that you wanted some kind of beat, so you employed the services of a C2 bottle, right?
Yes.
And you hit it with a drumstick, and it
Yeah.
sounded good. And I noticed that you have a guitar here. I'm curious, like, because most artists do a lot of collaboration, right? And they bounce off each other's creativity and they come up with something. I'm curious, like, who do you bounce off to when it comes to creating your music, your art?
Well, I guess
The wall.
yeah. It's very.
Are you like are you like a that kind of person that works well when you're all alone, or are you the type that would rather collaborate?
I mean, I would love to collaborate. That'd be very fun.
Okay.
But for like when I'm writing my songs, I do like work when like alone, especially because like when I'm at home, I am like an only child, so
Okay.
I kind of just like spend my time.
But your dad's an artist too, right?
Yeah.
You play the guitar, right? The drums,
Drums,
right? So
oh.
don't you want to collaborate with daddy? Why is that funny? Why is that funny?
No reason.
Okay.
But yeah. Sometimes I get his input. Like I ask him for like advice, like feedback on my songs.
Okay.
But sometimes I just like prefer it to just like
Do it on your own.
do it on my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's nice to do that early on. At least you know what you're capable of, and then once you've sort of like reached a kind of limit, then maybe you want to collaborate. Maybe to perhaps find another peak or another way of looking at things. But you have to find your own voice first before you actually have somebody else
Right. Yeah.
enter
Yeah.
that, right? Because then it truly becomes your own voice, and then collaboration now becomes like 1 + 1 = 3. Because if you don't have your voice yet, and then you collaborate, like you'll end up sounding like the other guy or whatever, right?
Yeah.
In case you're wondering what we're talking about how it is to be an upstart, an up and coming artist, how to start off things with your art. Kung naamoy mga pangutana, Aiden is in that journey right now. He's just beginning to make music. In fact, he has like a couple of songs, 3 songs to be exact, on Spotify. So he's just starting off. Kung naamoy mga pangutana about how to start off as a musician, as an artist, as a singer, you can join us at Tops Media Center on YouTube, on TikTok, or you can text us 0999-887-6070. I'm curious, Aiden, like, how did you get started?
Like at the very beginning.
Yeah, how did this all begin? This musical journey of yours?
Well, if you wanted to start from like way back, I started getting into music like through singing.
Okay.
Because both my mom and dad like singing a lot.
Okay.
And
Karaoke?
karaoke and
Yeah.
just like singing in general, just like singing while doing the dishes and
Okay.
like whatnot.
Singing while doing the dishes.
Or like
okay.
singing, doing anything, to be honest.
Okay.
But like my first instrument was actually the drums. I got my first it was like a baby drum set when
Okay.
I was like 3. And yeah, I liked that. And then afterwards I started learning the piano. And then after learning the piano for a bit, and then also at the same time learning the drums, I got into a band where we didn't have a drummer, so I was drumming and singing at the same time.
Okay, so these
Yeah.
things that you're talking about, your drums, your piano, and all of that, these are things that are just lying around at home, or did you ask your dad to invest it for you or something?
Well, we for the drums, we did have like a drum set that like my dad would use. It was like
Okay.
a digital drum set.
Okay.
And for the piano, we do have like a piano at home that it was my grandma's, and like we had it at our old house, and then we moved it to like our new house,
Okay.
to where we like currently live, and I just use that. We haven't really bought a new piano, so it's kind of like
Okay, so I'm
Very
curious because the question here is how did you get started? Because I want others to learn from this conversation, right? And how to get started in your musical
songwriting.
journey, right? And so you have like piano lying around in the house, and and your dad's drums and all of that stuff, right?
Mm.
So what else did you need to get started?
Well, I remember it was
And
really
what was the first thing that you purchased then after starting? Go ahead.
well. The first thing I really purchased was a guitar
Okay.
because I got pushed by like my like bandmates and
Okay.
like people like, oh, we already have like this, and I want you to learn the guitar, for the band.
Okay.
And really like it was that push that kind of like pushed me to learn guitar on my own.
Okay.
And I mean, if you wanted to get started, like you said like how you wanted to get like started.
Mm-hmm.
I guess to get started you need that like push from someone.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah.
You need somebody to push you.
Like push you into that outside your comfort zone to like
Okay.
get started.
So who pushed you again?
It was my bandmate.
Your bandmate.
Oh.
I mean, like without them, you think you wouldn't have pursued this whole thing now?
To be honest, yeah. No. Like if they didn't push me, then I probably would have just been like stuck doing covers
Okay.
because I never got to like experiment and, like,
You know,
branch out.
just real talk here, right? When you're young, usually most young people, they think of themselves, right? You know, like
right.
there comes a point in your life when you become less selfish, right? But at a young age, most young people they're incapable of, or they're not really very inclined to think of others. So this is a very good environment that you're living in. That your bandmates actually pushed you. Are these bandmates of yours younger than you, older than you? Are they your classmates and all of that stuff?
Well,
I'm curious.
the bandmate that pushed me, he's in the same grade as me. Yeah,
Okay.
we used to be like, because he used to go to my school, and we were like in the same grade. That's how
Okay.
we met.
Okay.
But then he moved to another school, but we're still in touch.
Okay.
Yeah. And like other than the Aid and Do songs, I also wrote like a bunch of other songs for the band
Okay.
that we never really released.
All right.
So yeah, there's that.
And then after that, when they pushed you to a certain direction to become more conscious about making your original stuff, right? Not just cover songs, right?
Mm.
That's in a way that's how they pushed you. Am I right? Your
Uh,
bandmates.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. Okay. So so then after that, did you ask your dad to kind of invest on one thing and then aside from the guitar, because obviously a guitar is
Yeah.
an instrument for you to play, right? But how about like on top of that?
On
What
top
else?
of that.
What was the next purchase? The second purchase?
Well, when songwriting, because we already had like somewhat of a PA system, because Dad was like running, he runs events like
Mhm.
Rakan.
Yeah.
So the next thing that I wanted to get was like a audio interface,
Okay.
so to like record instruments
Okay.
and like record like my voice.
Okay.
And so after that, after I got like the audio interface and I connected it to my school laptop, I used that to like record my songs.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a very like small setup,
Mhm.
but it got the job done.
So recording,
Yes.
because that's part of music making, recording it, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about that first experience. What was the first song you ever recorded?
The first song I ever recorded really was Manila Girl.
Okay.
That one was the one where like I actually wanted to like full song,
Okay.
full throttle. It was a very like small production because I used GarageBand. I would
Mhm.
use like the sounds on there and the effects on there,
Okay.
and then I used my guitar to record. And for the drums, I couldn't really record my drums because we didn't have drum mics, so I just used the GarageBand like drum pad.
Mhm.
You know that one? And when it came to recording vocals, I needed a soundproof place. So what I did was I would hide in my closet
Yeah. Yeah.
and like
That's actually, especially if it's full of clothes, right? That's actually very
Yes.
good acoustics.
yeah, it's very good. And to be honest, I still use that same closet till
Mhm.
this day.
Mhm.
Still recording these songs
Okay.
because there was like a belief between me and my bandmates like, oh, if you want to record a good song, you should just like go to a studio because they know what to do and like they have all the instruments and yada yada. But I like later found out like we don't need all that. Just we can make a studio at home. I already have everything, and I just might as well start then.
Yeah, I mean, like that's true, and it really depends on what you want, also, because like you can only create a certain sound in your closet, right? There's that one sound, and sometimes the sound of the recording and the way it is being programmed and designed becomes the identity of the band, right?
Right.
Just the recording alone, because you've heard of lo-fi, you've heard
Yeah.
of garage bands, you've heard
Yeah.
of this and that, right? And sometimes they even record in a real studio to replicate a garage band, and and vice versa. You know what I mean? So I think what a studio does is it enables you to experiment on the overall sound of your band, of your song,
Right.
because you can adjust in the closet, and I don't know, you can remove the clothes maybe, or put more clothes.
It's a bit cramped. It
Yeah.
is a bit cramped in
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes like it is really the whole environment of your room that defines how you're going to sound. And I'm sure your dad will give you good technical advice when it comes to recording songs
Yes.
in your room or in a studio. Kung nahibong mo sa among gistoryan ka ng buntaga mga kagalaan, this is Aiden Du. He's an up-and-coming artist, and he just got started a few years ago. He already has a few songs, and we're talking about how to get started. So if you want to start your music journey, maybe you can join us too. How did you get started, guys? Text 0999-887-6070. You can join us on YouTube at Tops Media Center, on TikTok, Tops Media Center. What is your advice, Aiden, to those just like you who want to get started in a musical journey? What is your advice to our listeners and viewers? Go ahead.
Well, I think I guess the main advice that I could probably give is just do it. Like don't think about it. Just go, push out, and just start experimenting. Like you shouldn't have like second thoughts of like what do others think, what's popular, and like what's like trending right now. You shouldn't be like what you should, if you want to start, just like start creating, like start writing songs and whatever, like lyrics, because even though it might start out like sound like crap, but the more and more that you start songwriting, the more like experience that you get, and eventually you can start like finding those mistakes, and then you can refine it, and you continue to refine it until you make something that you're proud of at the end of the day.
So just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
You mentioned sounding bad, sounding like crap, right? How would you know? Like how do you know if whatever it is that you're doing is not good? How do you know that?
Well, I mean, I guess it's like different for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. That's
But,
what I'm saying.
Yeah, for me at least, like it's just like if it I have the idea in my head, and then I'll be trying to like replicate it with the instruments, and like no, that's not how it sounds.
Okay.
No, that's not how it sounds. And like I what you'll think it'll sound, you might think it sounds cringe, but like you can like choose like, oh, what can I do to change this,
Okay.
or like what can I do to like make this sound better. Because another thing that you could also do is like peer feedback. Like I remember when I was first starting out, when I first made Manila Girl, I actually showed my music teacher, and he gave me advice on like how to mix it, how to
Okay.
make it sound good.
Okay.
And like he gave me like overall advice. So not only can you use like your own opinion, but you should also be like using the opinions of those around you. Like what do they think? What's their input on your song?
Okay.
And what can you do?
All right. And do you listen to their inputs? Do you take their inputs, or how do you take their inputs? Like,
I just take it as like constructive criticism.
okay,
Like if like if they would say like this volume's too low or like this volume's too loud, like okay, I'll keep that in mind for the next song. For the next song, I'll adjust it
okay.
to so then it just like it works, I guess. Yeah.
And how would you take criticism? I mean, like, especially if you put it out there, right? I mean, like, if you just let your family or your friends hear it, then you're in a very supportive environment, right? But
Yeah,
if
very
you're out there and
biased.
put it in the wild, in the Australian outback, and then you get criticized, how do you feel about that?
Well, like you just gotta take it. You just gotta take what they say
Okay.
and just like kind of improve on it.
Okay.
Just gotta take that constructive criticism, you know.
But it you know, like, some of it might not sound constructive at all.
Oh, if it's not constructive, then it's probably just best to ignore it.
Okay.
Or like,
Have you ever had that in your music life, in your journey as a musician, especially on social media? Because some of the people in social media hide the veil behind the veil of privacy and anonymity, so they can say whatever they want to say, especially on some toxic corners of social media, right? Have you ever experienced anything like that as far as your music is?
I could say like I guess like in the before Aiden Do, when I was like trying to compose, just like not release it out, but like I would just like play songs, and I would like get criticism from like people in my school. Like sometimes people say, like Christian, not gonna lie, I'm gonna be completely serious with you.
Okay.
That song sounded so bad.
Okay.
Or like they'll like question like, oh, this lyrics, Christian, you're so like,
So how do you take that?
uh,
Because you know, like, it's difficult when you're, especially at a young age.
yeah,
right?
at a young age,
It's difficult to take criticism. But I would probably, you know, like, probably be depressed for the entire day if somebody told me that when I was 15 years old. Like, I'm
Right.
curious, how does it feel for Aiden Do now? If somebody criticizes you and really lampoons your song or your artwork as bad or whatever.
Well, I mean, like, at the time, it really got like before it got to my head, like before, like I would think like, oh, my song's crap. I gotta like fix it to like match like what they like. But then later on, when I grew older, I just like I had this like epiphany that
Okay.
like some people like have different likes. Some people have different music tastes. It's not that like it's against you. That's just their own opinion. And if it's not constructive, then yeah, their opinion's their opinion. Let them have their opinion. That doesn't mean that you should feel bad about it. Oh.
But do you also try to see through the bad comment? Because sometimes it only hurts if it's true, right? Sometimes if it's not true, it doesn't hurt. You don't feel a thing. So do you try to see it also from the critic's perspective and why he said that? Do you do that? No.
Well, yeah, sometimes like I said before, like I'm trying to like see it through their eyes. Like they might be like they might say like the song's bad, but at the same time, I don't know what their view on music is. Like they could be like they could like a completely different genre, or like they could like maybe this isn't their style of music. Maybe this isn't like something that they like, and so I won't really take it personally. It's just kind of
I'm curious, Aiden. Like,
There it is.
do you have like a favorite song from the Philippines? You mentioned it earlier. Narda from Kamikaze, right? Do you have
Yes.
another? You have another song aside from that?
Narda from Kamikaze. I like Basilio, but a band that I really like, a band that like I've been really following in the Philippines has been Lola Amor.
Okay.
not I first learned from them like from Raining in Manila.
Okay.
But then I started like listening to more and more of their discography.
Okay.
And like I found like their music to be so like inventive and like different.
Yeah.
And then especially like their album, their self-titled album, I listen to that like on repeat
Okay.
every time I study or like I'm on the plane.
Okay. So you have fallen in love with Lola Amor.
Yes.
On 105.1 TMC, this one is Lola Amor. His favorite songs on 105.1 TMC, the best of us. Let's get ready now. Let's get ready to sing.
Alright.
Let's just do the microphone thing lang.
I told you that. Oh yeah, sure. Okay. And I like the way you say my name. My heart skips a beat when I hear you call.
Sorry, I have to shut it off.
Sponsored by your guitar sponsored.
Oh yeah. I
We bought it because we have a friend, Allegra Guitar. So she gave me a really good discount for his guitar.
I'm gonna tune this actually. I'm okay with being by your side for as long as I can. Alright.
When are you planning visiting Australia?
Because my daughter's my daughter plans to live there because her boyfriend is there. Siguro this year, siguro next year. I actually forgot.
Let me know if you go.
Yeah,
to-
kuhan siya si Cebuano yung boyfriend taga Chinese bitaw taga Pardo. Kunya they migrated in Australia. Well, actually his dad is Australian citizen. Kunya they plan to go there, live there. So kita sila sa Luzon, pagkitaon nga ng Luzon.
Let me know. Let me know. Na kayo sa socials.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Should I plug this in?
And wait lang,
Not
hold on.
yet.
Let me check. Hold on. Okay naman yan? Yes. That's great. I'll do that. Bro. Hello. What hello, bro? Microphone na lang, bay? Microphone lang.
Microphone na, Christian.
So this one?
Ano lang.
Oh,
Ano.
okay.
Ipaubos lang, iba direct talaga yung mayo.
This.
Can you Can you play the guitar? Can you play the guitar? Try to say that.
Huh?
Try the other microphone. Try that. Sige, play ka. Can you just tap it? The microphone.
Microphone. Tap the microphone.
Yeah, I'm tapping.
What's that?
Murag i-plug naman si Ren ani Kuya Magic. Ready naman si Ren. Murag ready naman si Ren sa Kuya Magic ang iyang wire.
Ah, kani?
Oh.
Ah, okay, yeah, this is for the
Plug it
guitar.
in,
It's
Christian.
for the guitar. Sorry.
Oh,
Fuck, I didn't know that, man.
okay.
Really closer.
Oh.
Oh no, just.
Oh, maybe it's there's a battery volume. Is it on? It's on. Your life is just.
One 105.1 TMC. At na karon 16 minutos nang nilabay sa alas 11. You're listening to Top of the Morning. I'm your host. My name is Jiggy Juice. And right across me is Aiden Do.
Hello, hello.
And let's try to play the guitar. Come on. Can you hear it?
I don't know if I can hear. Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It comes from this microphone, right?
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah.
So, wow. Yeah, do you have like a favorite song that you can play on the guitar? Like an instrumental song? Do you have any? By the way, you're using some beautiful acoustic guitars. There. Where's that from? Where did you get that? I heard you just bought that recently.
Got it from Alegre.
Okay, Allegro or Allegre?
Alegre? Alegre.
Allegre.
Yes.
Okay. Where'd you get that? Here in Cebu?
We got that Alegre guitars in Lapu-Lapu.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's what that place is known for.
Oh.
So, what song can you play for us on the radio and on socials that you can play in its entirety, like an instrumental song? Do you have anybody? Any song in mind?
Any song? I could probably sing like
an instrumental song.
Oh, instrumental.
Before we get to your performance with a song.
Pasillo. I could play Pasillo on the guitar.
The instrumental version.
Yeah, the instrumental.
Let's listen to this. Maybe you can sing it too. Why not? Right? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Aiden Do and his own reimagination of Basilio, originally done by
Sankis Lola. Paladay basang-basa ang dagit abay damang-dama sa aking kalamnang punong-puno ng pananabik at ng kabalalim sa aking bawat paghinga nakatitig lamang sa iyo. Naglakad ka ng dahan-dahan sa pasilyo tungo sa altar ng simbahan. Hahangkanap di bitawan, wala na kong mahihiling pa. Ikaw at ikaw, kong kumpara. Araw kong dala-dala pabor. Ritong panalangin ko'y makasama ka sa pagtanda. Ang hiling sa Diyos na may gawa ape. Lito ko'y maging iyo. Naglakad ka ng dahan-dahan sa pasilyo tungo sa'kin at hinawakan mo ako't hindi na pigilang maluhan ng mayagap na ikaw at ikaw. 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 Ikaw at ipalanay basang-basa. Ang dagit abay damang-dama sa'king kalam ng punong-punong. Di may kukumpara. Araw kong dala-dala pabor. Ritong panalangin ko'y ikaw. Sorry, my Tagalog was a bit rusty.
Wow, that was nice, man.
Thanks.
How long does it take for you to be able to know how to play the guitar of a particular song? Sa Pininulang Binisaya pa sa Cebu, it's called Zipra. Sipraho ni mo, di ba? Di ba, Dad? Sipraho. How long does it take for you to sipra a song?
Well, it depends on the song, really. Like
Okay, that particular song.
that particular song, it took me like 2 days.
Okay.
It took me like 1 day to figure out like the chords.
Okay.
And then it took me like a whole day to learn that like solo.
Okay. What was the first ever song on the guitar that you learned how to play?
I don't know what the song is, but like it was like a little like guitar melody that like my dad would always play.
Okay.
And I was like, and then that's like the first thing I learned how to play on the guitar.
Is that a Bon Jovi song, Dad? What?
Silver chair.
Silver chair. Which one? It's a silver chair. Does anybody? Yeah. Can you play the song in its entirety?
No, it's just that one lick.
Okay.
I only learned that
Let's
one
do it again. Let's do it again. I know this song. I thought it was want it. Oh my God. What is that song, guys? Does anybody know that song? Kamu naminaw diya sa inyong mga tagsa-tagsa ka mga radio sets, okay? I want you to guess this song. I'll give you some Gcash, okay? I'll give you some Gcash, 105 pesos of Gcash if you can identify this next song that Aiden is playing the instruments of, okay? Is also our friends on YouTube and on TikTok. Can you identify this next song? Go ahead, please play it one more time. What is this song? Does anybody know that song? Text 0999-887-6070 or comment on YouTube at Tops Media Center or on TikTok, Tops Media Center. Identify the title of that song. I'll give you some Gcash. One last time. Aiden, go ahead. What is this song? So before I let you go, because you've been here, I think I'm sure you're very busy, and your entire family is here. Actually, we sort of trapped them here in Sky 360 at Tops Media Center, right? I want you to play your final song. Tell me about it. Go ahead.
So this last song, it's called Something. And,
This song is something or it's nothing?
it's called Something.
Something, but it's not nothing, right?
Nah.
Okay, it's something.
It's something.
Okay, go ahead.
And this is actually the first song that I wrote for Aiden Do.
Okay. Wait a minute. Why are you referring to Aiden Do as a third person?
Because like when I refer to like my songs like the Aiden Do songs,
Okay.
I think like it's like that project like of like the Aiden Do songs.
Okay.
Because I have like other songs that I've written for like other things
Okay.
that I haven't released. But
Okay. So your other name is Bruno Mars, right? right? So so that's your other project. So this is like the Aiden Do project, and there's the Bruno Mars project,
secret,
right?
secret.
Okay. So this Aiden Do song.
Something. I wrote it. It was like about my girlfriend, and
Okay.
it was just
It's always
something-
about love, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Because I'm working on like an EP with like
Okay.
other songs, and it's all about love.
Okay.
It's all love songs.
Okay.
So yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, this is Aiden Do performing one of his originals. This one is called Something.
You make me feel something, something I can't let go. Just to let you know, you make me feel so. You make me feel something, something I can't see on TV. Something where the happy ending is you and me. I've always seen the show 1,000 times, where the girl will always be mine. It's all up to perspective, her love super effective, 'cause she's fine. Like that book we read together for a while. It makes my heart melt when I see her smile. It's all up to perspective, her love super effective, 'cause she's fine. You make me feel something, something to smile for so long. The way I picked you up doesn't feel so wrong. You make me feel something, something we pretended for a while, but now it's the real thing. What is this feeling? I've always seen the show 1,000 times, where the girl will always be mine. It's all up to perspective, her love super effective, 'cause she's fine. Like that book we read together for a while. It makes my heart melt when I see her smile. It's all up to perspective, her love super effective, 'cause she's fine. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. 'Cause when we hold each other, we can't let go. And when we see each other, my heart can't take it anymore. I've always seen the show 1,000 times, where the girl will always be mine. It's all up to perspective. Her love super effective, 'cause she's fine. Like that book we read together for a while. It makes my heart melt when I see her smile. It's all up to perspective. Her love super effective, 'cause she's fine. It's all up to perspective. Her love super effective, 'cause she's fine. It's all up to perspective. Her love super effective, 'cause she's mine.
Nice, ladies and gentlemen. That one is called Something. Aiden Do. And you, of course, if you want to show your support for Aiden Do, there's so many things you can do. Yeah, get it? Aiden Do support.
Yeah.
You can go to Spotify and subscribe to his channel. Do you have like a Spotify channel, or download his music? He has 3 on Spotify right now, which are
We have Something, Manila Girl, and Summer Days, with more songs to come.
okay. And also on your socials, do you have anything on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or whatnot? Go ahead.
You can follow me on Aiden Do on YouTube, and on Instagram it should be Aiden Do Official, as well as a TikTok account that I haven't posted anything
Okay.
on. I think it's just also just called Aiden Do.
Okay.
You'll know it's me because it's just me sitting in like a grass field. That's all.
Yeah, maybe you can make a song about the city of Cebu from the perspective of 2,000 feet closer to heaven here at Tops, right?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Look at that, man. Look at that view. You can't help but make a song out of that, because sometimes I think a lot of the reason why artists become artists is because where they live and the inspiration that it gives them. You know of famous artists like the Picassos and the
Yeah.
and the Michelangelos and all of these great painters and great singers. They lived in a beautiful place, right?
Right.
And it is the place that inspires them to make great art. And I think sitting here in front of the city of Cebu, I'm sure will inspire you to make music, right?
Right.
So when is your next music coming up, man?
Well, there is no definite date yet.
What's it about?
Well, this the next song I'll be releasing, it's something related to high school, but my next like big project is I'm working on like an EP
Okay.
with like multiple songs. It's gonna be called Learning About Love.
Okay.
That's gonna be my next project.
Learning about love.
Yes.
So what have you learned about love so far?
It's
Aiden, dude, come on, man.
it's complex. It's certainly something.
Okay.
But it's overall I'm still in the middle of learning about it. So
Okay.
yeah, still on my journey.
It's complex.
Very
Are
complex.
you telling me that the lessons are complex, or that love is complex? What do you mean by complex?
Love is complex.
What makes love complex? What makes it complicated?
Well,
Do you think it's just us making it complicated, because it's actually very simple, and we human beings have a tendency to just make things complicated, right?
that could be
Right,
one thing,
yeah.
yeah. But you could say that there is no like definite definition for. There isn't like a set definition for like what love is, because it could mean so many things. It's like there are so many.
But I guess you're talking about romantic love here, right?
Yeah, of
Yeah, okay.
course, yeah.
Okay.
But
Come on, man. We'd like to know how a 15-year-old views love.
well,
Do you have a song instead of saying, tell me what love is? Do you have like a song? Do you have a favorite love song you can play for us before you go?
a favorite love song.
Yeah.
We have, well, the one thing that I was exposed to was the concept of harana.
Harana. Okay, that's perfect. So what do you have a Harana song?
It's there's a harana by Parokya ni Edgar.
You want to play that?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that okay?
If you want, yeah.
So instead of explaining to us what love is, which is quite complex, like you said, maybe a song
Maybe.
will do the trick. This one is Harana. Ladies and gentlemen, Aiden Do, and I hope you continue your music making, Aiden Do, and I hope your visit here in Cebu and visit here at Tops will inspire you, even though you're not here anymore, especially if you go back
Yeah.
to Sydney, Australia. And I hope you keep on coming back here and seek inspiration from from your hometown, from your father's hometown at least, and I hope you spread the word of Filipino Visayas music
Yes.
to your friends in Australia.
Yeah. Of
Okay,
course.
tell everybody about TMC too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Would you like to say a few words? Go ahead before we wrap this up. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Thank you for everyone who's been supporting me, friends, family, those who've just like been following me in this beginning of what I say journey.
Okay.
Although, because I am still in high school, I am still 15. I still don't know where my life is gonna go. Because I could still pursue studies, but my dream still would be like to pursue this music journey, probably like get into a label, hopefully make it big. But you never know. We'll see what happens.
Okay, good luck to you. We'll be following you, Aiden Do, and you'll always have our support. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you so much for watching us, guys, on YouTube at Tops Media Center, on TikTok, Tops Media Center. Of course, thank you for listening to us on your radio sets, 105.1 TMC. Okay? Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, Mommy and Daddy and the entire family. They're actually here. Who's Fred Nee? Good morning, Fred Nee. Tomorrow. That song is tomorrow. Right? That's tomorrow from Silverchair. Is he right?
Yeah.
Is Fred Nee right? Is he correct?
Yeah, he's actually my bandmate.
Oh, he's your bandmate
In Sydney.
in Sydney. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Right here on 105.1 TMC.
105.1 TMC, the best.